Hypocrisy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Law-Splaining the Interwebs. I am your humble host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. And with me today is my perpetually canceled, attacked, and deleted friend, Mr. Adam Crigler. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. They keep trying to cancel me, but it's just not working.
What the fuck filter is that?
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, that's just your normal voice. You must have had COVID
It's my
before.
voice. Well, no, my balls just finally dropped.
Okay.
I've been waiting for like 30 years.
I like that you turned black also.
No, wait, hold on. Wait, which one is it? Is it this one?
No, this is my best Reeves voice. This here's my best Reeves voice.
Oh, my.
I found a voice mod for my Stream Deck. I haven't used my Stream Deck in a while, and I'm like, man, I really gotta use this thing. And
wait, they can do that through Stream Deck?
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's so cool, man.
Oh shit!
It's freaking epic.
My Stream Deck is sitting literally like under my monitor, like crammed in the back of my desk. I never use that thing anymore since I use StreamYard instead of OBS now. So I didn't know it could do shit like that. That's hilarious. I'm gonna go find all of that
dude, you
stuff.
gotta get in on that. I have my mic sent through my Stream Deck now into StreamYard. So StreamYard's connected actually to my Stream Deck. So everything goes through my Stream Deck. So like I could just do, any sound off my.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Toasty?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
The old Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, classic, right? I know.
Nobody cares.
Oh, damn.
Harsh on yourself there, buddy.
I know. Hey man, it's part of the fun. I meant to do this one.
I'm gonna come.
I hit the wrong button, but comedic effect.
Nobody
like
cares.
Nobody cares. It's like, damn it, Trump. I'm on your side, man.
Well, welcome, buddy.
Thank you.
Okay, so you're here under some strange circumstances because you're not like quite canceled.
Damn. Well, he
tried.
tried. He got two people I know. He got their channels deleted. Like they're straight up got deleted, like gone.
Like currently?
No,
deleted?
they got him back.
You got him back. Okay.
It took him like 2 weeks, and it took another one of our mutual friends to convince him to like drop the copyright claim against them so that they would get their account back. Just to let everyone know. All right, so this fan of my show and a couple of my other buddies' show, some of my Bay Staff Monday co-hosts, he started making us thumbnails. He was like, "Hey, use this thumbnail. Like I just created it." And he would originally just like post it in like a thread of our show. We'd post on Twitter like we're going live, and he'd post a comment with the cool thumbnail. And then he made this GIF of all of us skateboarding. You know my intro where I'm just kind of on an 8-bit skateboarder?
Yeah.
So he took that and created one with all of us, and it was dope, right? And he was like, "Hey, I made this for you. You want to use it?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's freaking awesome. Like, why wouldn't I want to use this?"
Right. And people do this all the time. They make shit for you. Like,
of course. Yeah. I mean, someone made me the skateboard. Someone made me that 8-bit skateboarding intro for my show. Like, it's cool. So I was like, "Oh, this is great." And he started making thumbnails for my other buddy's channel, and then another one of my friends' channel started using thumbnails. And then he got onto my friend's show. He the dude invited him onto a show, and he was like talking, and Superman, if he wasn't scared of green rocks, you might recognize the name.
I've heard it, but I don't know him.
You heard the name. That's fine.
Yeah.
But so he invited me onto his show, and he's been a supporter of mine for a long time. And I'm like, bro, absolutely. You've been supporting me. It's like the least I can do is come join your show. He started a show. He started the Legion of Memers, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna do that for show. So my buddy invited me onto his show, and it was the same night that I was going to join Superman. And I joined, and that dude was on there. So it was the first time we had interacted. And I'm like, I can't stay long. I have this streamer that I'm joining in a little bit. because it's someone who support. I basically said the same thing to you, what I just said to you, and he goes on this like 2-minute rant about like lecturing me about how I owe my audience, like, and I'm like, I just fucking said that, like, why are you lecturing me? Like, who the fuck are you, dude? Like, shut up. Like, I don't need to hear this from you, man. I literally just said that. Like, I'm appreciative I'm leaving, and and he kind of like, I could see that he was like pissed that I didn't just be like, yes, you're right, absolutely, and I was like, I'm out of here, and I left.
Yeah.
And we started talking, me and my buddies, we were like, yeah, that was weird. And then they started telling me all these like weird comments that he said. And then it turns out he was talking shit about me to someone else in like a text chain that a couple of the base staff guys were in. And they sent me some screenshots like, yo, this dude's talking mad shit to you. Like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, wow, like, that's fucked up. Like, I didn't do anything wrong to this guy.
It's
So
all over you, like having to go to a different show.
Dude, I don't know. Honestly, I don't understand what he was all butthurt about. I have no clue, because I wasn't mean to him. I was just like, I kind of was just like, bro, I just said that. Like, fuck out of here. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, I kind of jokingly poked back at him as I would to a friend. It's not like I was like, screw you, dude. Like, I'm anti you now. Like, it was just like how I would have responded if you said some snarky shit to me. Just, I punch back, that's just how I am. So like a week goes by and we hadn't heard from him. And suddenly, both of them, their channels were just gone. And they were like, what the fuck is this? Like, what? Like,
dude, it's great when
what?
you get that email and it's like, oh, by the way, toast.
Yeah,
done.
toast. They couldn't even go to YouTube. They couldn't sign into like to even appeal. It was just gone. So they had to like, one of the guys was kind of still cool with him and was like playing nice and trying to like, hey man, we didn't mean to offend you. We're really sorry, blah, 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 like this and that. And it turns out he had filed a copyright claim against all 3 of our channels. Now their channels weren't as big as mine. I have over 100,000, and I guess it just never touched me. Like it was pushed further back in the line because of whatever reason. And today I got 3 copyright strikes on my channel for freaking May of 2022. So
that's fucking wild that just sat around that long.
Right? Like, why today of all days?
Yeah.
And he messages me today. Now I appealed it. I was like, I have the proof. I checked our DMs and I have the proof. I sent you the DM, you saw it. It's like he's saying like, hey, I made you something for your show. Where can I send it to you to use? And I'm like, it's like, how much more evidence do I need to show YouTube? Like, hey, he made this for me. Like, how am I supposed to trust any artwork from anyone then for the future? If someone says I made something for your show, you would assume it's safe to use, right? That's what they said. They're giving me their permission.
Yeah, that's the whole point of taking it. I mean, so it's cool if someone gives you like just a GIF or whatever.
Right.
But it's like, I mean, thanks. But when someone's like, here's a thing for your show, it's like, oh, it's like extra cool because now I can actually, it's functional. It's not just like an image sitting on my computer. So this is that's a neat thing. That's crazy, man. Like, and so he filed these things back in May,
right? And
then you get 3 copyright strikes today that have just been backlogged forever, apparently.
I guess so, which is weird because it wasn't backlogged for the other 2 guys who got their accounts just gone.
Did it actually, like, okay, so did you find out that it was filed in May because he said it?
No, it showed it.
They showed it.
Oh no, let me check. I've got it right here. No, it doesn't tell me. He said it. It doesn't show me when the strike was made. It just said your video was removed due to a copyright takedown request. And like no time, no anything. And I know that he messaged me and he says, he goes, the claim is processed from back when I submitted it alongside my 2 other friends. So he's telling me he submitted it with them.
Yeah, I know.
And this was
I
a
don't
long
buy
time
it
ago.
then.
You don't think so?
Man,
Well, he started by
YouTube
saying he's a
doesn't-
conspiracy myself,
Yeah.
myself, just like you. And definitely one of those moments. I think YouTube's being wonky with your account. I'm like,
Yeah, that doesn't sound. Sounds
I'm
like
not gonna
somebody
respond
filed
to
those
this guy.
today.
I'm just gonna appeal it through YouTube and prove
Yeah.
to them that like there was no way to add a screenshot. So I was like, I have screenshots. Let me know what you need, and I'll give you what you need to prove. And he's basically saying, I saw that you removed them because I removed it all. As soon as they got their shit deleted, I combed all of my videos and deleted anything that he made. I took down the thumbnails. I cut the beginning of my show from every single thing that I used his little intro. So it's
That's
not
too
even
much
on.
work. I want to
It's
just
not
say
even.
fuck off.
But I did it anyway.
I
It doesn't
know.
matter. So the fact that YouTube still took that stuff down, even though nothing in those videos had anything of his on it. So it doesn't even make sense that YouTube would even go through with it because there's nothing in those videos because I deleted them. So it's kind of crazy. But he said that he's proving here today. He hit me up because he probably got the email from me appealing it or counterclaim. And so he sent me that, and he's like, I was satisfied and never pushed it further. So it's like now I have him proving that he doesn't even give a shit. So like I have proof that he gave me the GIF, and I have proof that he doesn't care because I deleted it anyway. But now I'm like, now I want to fucking use the GIF and be like, fuck you. It's mine. You made it for me. Fucker.
Oh, it'd be good. Yeah, it's weird when people pull this shit, and to me, it sounds like he filed them today. YouTube sitting on a copyright takedown request from May doesn't make any sense.
I agree.
Like I've never seen anything like that.
But
I've heard of them waiting like a couple days.
But if he went back, if he went through my videos today, he wouldn't find any of his stuff because they were deleted at the end of May or June. So I cut all his stuff out. So I don't understand how the copyright would have even picked up anything because none of it. Yeah, so you could go to anyone's page and just be like, copyright claim. That's mine.
Yeah, I mean, technically you can go and copyright claim whatever. It's technically illegal to do so, but who's enforcing it is always the question. And if the guy's not in the US, it makes it even more difficult, to do anything. But yeah, I mean, you could just go and copyright claim something. You just have to put in the video, some timestamp and whatever you're claiming as yours. And then their presumption is to take it down. And then, the appeal process goes through after that. But yeah,
lame, I mean, dude, people are crazy.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm glad that you're not actually like deleted though this time. You can still stream and shit.
Listen here, Nick.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I don't, dude. I don't care anymore. I seriously, I am so over YouTube. I don't give a shit about YouTube anymore.
It's Rumble time, baby.
Locals and Rumble called me. They hit me up. And they offered me something, and I'm fucking hyped. So I don't have to worry about YouTube anymore. I'm gonna do Rumble and Locals, baby, and I'm totally fine with it. And they're a cool company. I like the trajectory of what they're planning on doing. I've had many meetings with them, telling them my reservations, and them telling me that every single thing that I had issues with Rumble and Locals is on their radar. And they're already working to implement changes to make it better. And it's like they're like, we need more people like you on board to help us make it better. So it's like now I have a direct influence to actually help create this new community, and I'm pretty hyped. I'm all for it. So
yeah, man,
you're rocking Locals, man. Your Locals is crazy.
Yeah, my Locals is literally insane.
I know. I've spent enough time in that live chat to know that you gotta have skin and be in that live chat.
Yes, you do.
Shout out to his live chat. What's up, peeps? I know it's live right now.
But
what are you drinking?
Oh, I've got this. I've been drinking it all day, which is great. Blue Run Kentucky Straight Golden Rye Whiskey. It was sent by a friend who's got some good. He's got good pulls.
Nice.
Good pulls, and I've been enjoying it quite a bit today. This is my third stream of the day. So
right. Yeah, I saw you over with Andrew earlier.
I was on with Andrew, and then before that, I was on with Critical Drinker and Mauler on Open Bar, which
I saw
was
you
awesome.
earlier on that too. That's cool.
Yeah,
hey, you're all over the place. Nice.
Crazy shit, but good shit.
How do you find time for your kids?
Well, today, the school, we homeschool, but a lot of their homeschooling is activities that they do outside of the home, like piano, violin.
I see.
Two of my kids are in drama. One of them's in speech. The one's in basketball. So they go do like all these activities elsewhere. That was the problem I had, was that I was driving all over the damn place. That's why. So that's why we had to. Our nanny is mostly
had to get a driver.
We literally had to do that because I couldn't work during the daytime ever. I couldn't do anything daytime related. It was interfering with like the ability to stream trials and all that stuff. And it's like that's growth and big content and pays the bills. So you don't want to like skip out on that. But it was that was a big part of hiring the nanny, was because there were actually times where we literally needed people in 3 places at one time.
Oh, wow.
That still happens from time to time. So it's like me, Lady Rackets, and the nanny will have kids in different places. It's a fucking disaster.
How many up to now? 7, 8?
Just 5. Just the 5. But it feels like 20.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But no, it's so they're finally, like, Christmas break's over, their activities have started back up. So now they're like occupied during the day again. On some days I'm not needed, which is great, because then I can actually guest on a bunch of different shows and do stuff. And so I had Drinker had invited me on last week and I wasn't able to make it. So I said, well, I could do it the 11th. And then he didn't get back to me right away. And so then I scheduled a different appearance on the 11th. Or wait, so the 11th was yesterday. And I thought that's when he was going to do it. I scheduled an appearance there that would have conflicted. But then he's like, no, it's the 12th for me. And I was like, oh, okay. I'll do the 12th. But then I had already agreed to do Andrew's show at the same time, but that was later. So it's like, oh, this will work perfect. Like bam, 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 show.
Nice.
So it's good stuff. But I'm glad you're like, first of all, I'm glad I know you're done with YouTube, and just
I'm
a
not
shout
done.
out.
I'll still stream on YouTube, but
over YouTube.
Yeah, I'm over it. Yeah.
Which I get that 100%. And speaking of which, though I do love you, YouTube audience, after about an hour, the show is going to move over to Rumble. And the link is in the description to do that. So that will come. Oh, I'm going to come a little bit later.
I got you.
I'm going to come.
I got to turn that up a little bit. It's not loud enough.
I'm going to come. Like, I love the reverb and the echo on it. Makes it just
it's
magnificent.
So good. I know.
But yeah, so we do. The idea though is to get people who are on YouTube to come check out Rumble. Like, check that out, see it, utilize.
Don't even watch on YouTube. Just go over to Rumble now. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm about. That's what I've been telling everyone.
I'm fine wherever people like to, whatever their experience that they prefer is. But I do cut the show off after about an hour, and we go exclusively to Rumble for the rest of the show. I don't know that this is going to be the longest show tonight, because I have done a couple others, and I was kind of thinking of going to Twitch and watching a movie later, which I don't get to do too often, but we'll see. I do have some stuff I'd like to talk about, though. I mean, we've got what
do you want to talk about?
We got all sorts of crazy shit going on in the world.
Yeah, tell me about it. Jeez.
Well, like, what have you been?
What crazy shit do you want to talk about?
I don't know, man. So we the open gaming license. Have you been talking about this at all? The Dungeons and Dragons open gaming license. Are you familiar with this?
About it.
Okay. Well, we don't.
I know
have
the
to
new
talk
movie's
about
coming out in the midst of Dungeons and Dragons being woke as shit, and it looks fucking terrible.
Oh, I'm sure that's gonna be fucking bad.
So,
so I'm gonna do a thing on the open gaming license. Although I heard that today they may have pulled. So, okay, brief recap.
Break it down. Yeah.
Brief thing. Dungeons and Dragons runs something called the open gaming license, which allows effectively other companies to use some of the intellectual property, as long as they do it in a certain way, to make to make a different tabletop game or to adapt
Okay.
Dungeons and Dragons rules to other things without getting, nasty copyright
Cease and
shit.
desist or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
They're talking about effectively nullifying the open gaming license, which means that any like D20 based role-playing game that uses a system that looks like D&D would be at risk for lawsuits and all sorts of crazy shit, or paying
No
like a
matter
massive license
when
fee.
it was created, doesn't matter. Like anything.
I don't know that it goes in reverse on things, but anything new. But it also affects shit like Critical Role, right? Because like Critical
Right.
Role, they make like a D&D module that people can buy and stuff like that. And so
okay.
it's getting really like the blowback on it is huge. And so now I heard that they might not be doing what they were going to do, that they've walked back their announcement, but I gotta look into it more. I didn't know if you were following that.
No.
Well, there was the Speaker of the House thing, which was fucking great.
Yeah, that.
Talk
mean,
to me about that. What do you think?
He's talking a big game right now. That's one thing.
McCarthy?
Yeah, McCarthy's talking a big game. Whether or not what he's saying has any weight to it, or if there's anything gonna actually come of what he's saying, which would be great. I like what he's saying, but it just is like, yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. That's what politicians do. They say the things that you want to hear. But do they actually do
every 2 years they sound great, and then for the next for like a couple months, and then for the next almost 2 years they are just shit.
Yeah. I distinctly remember the Ukraine pin with the Ukraine, pocket liner, and I'm like, bro, you're an establishment shill, man. It's the same thing. I'm so sick of the uniparty shit. So I don't know, man. McCarthy, if he proves himself, I would love to be proven wrong. Prove everyone wrong, because a lot of people are down McCarthy. Come on, so McCarthy, it's on you, man.
Okay, so they're already being attacked for going after quote unquote abortion because they tried to pass, or they did. The House passed a born alive law. Did you see that?
Yeah. Oh my God. A baby is actually born, and you can't abort it afterwards.
You have to.
Whoever's fighting that bill is a fucking monster. All right. That's it. You're a fucking monster.
How dare you force them to try and save a baby that happened to live through the attempted murder?
Your baby to me, Moloch.
Seriously, like, come on, like, how are you fighting against this bill? Like, you fucking crazy people, man.
Yeah,
they're evil.
That one's wild, because whatever your position on abortion is,
I'm firmly pro-life now. Firmly.
Yeah.
I've changed 100%, man. I've gone. I was pro-choice for most of my life because I was conditioned to think that. And I think that's what it is. It's conditioning.
Right.
And all these young women that have had abortions and that have had or that are okay with abortions have never faced it and have been conditioned to not they see it as a clump of cells. They don't see the humanity in it, and it's really fucking sad in reality. And
yeah, they do that. And go ahead.
What they're doing is they're fighting against their own guilt. If they were to admit that it is murder, then they would have to face themselves and face the fact that they actually did, in fact, go through with something like that. That is, if it is murder, then they are murderers, and they, it's something that they can't admit to. They can't even cross that barrier because that's a tough thing to go through. It's terrible. I don't wish it on anyone.
That's why shit like the requirement to get an ultrasound before you can get an abortion, why that was so controversial, is because it's really effective.
Right.
Is that
you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
women
a baby
would go
in there.
Like, yeah.
Shit.
Oh, it has arms.
It's flicking me off right now. Oh,
right. So there's that. And then but I mean, the other part of the conditioning, which this is why they're so fucking terrified, is Roe versus Wade was a part of the marketing. Like, they always act like abortion is popular. It's like, no, there are a lot of people who accepted abortion as a reality because Roe versus Wade said it was a fundamental right.
Right.
And so they had that to hold up the whole time. Well, the Supreme Court says it's a fundamental right. It's from the Constitution, blah, 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 blah. You know, you can't, how dare you attack this fundamental right? And that made it hard for some people who are like, well, I mean, I guess if it's a right. And then now that's gone.
Right.
And they're really reeling from it, reeling so much that they're willing to put their political weight behind a bill that says this baby was born alive and all we're going to ask you to do is give it basic medical care. Like just basic medical care, like you would any other living, breathing thing. And it bypasses all of the drama because
you must kill the baby.
It's like, oh shit. Like, damn.
Yeah. No, it's like, well, but I have this sledgehammer though, and I was going to fix this problem that's being born. It's like, Jesus, like the unlikely event that a baby, and of course the funny thing is they hate the argument that like, rape and incest are this tiny fraction
under 1%
of abortions. And they're like, but then you go, yeah, but the babies that survive is like this tiny fraction of abortions. To actually have a baby live through it is really, really rare. And they're like, so like, you can't do that. It's like,
got it.
You don't like it here though. You like it over there, but you don't like it here. But no, it's so I don't know that that's what I would have led with as McCarthy. I think he's really trying to shore up the base, and we know like the Senate's just going to ignore the bill forever. They're never gonna hear this thing, so it's never gonna actually pass.
Right.
But I like the bill, the idea of it, and the exposure. But at the same time, like, is this, dude? You just barely made speaker after an embarrassing several votes, and
14 was it 14?
Yeah, I think it was the 15th one where he was voted in, and it's like, dude, you don't have the political clout here, and this isn't where I want you working. Like I appreciate the sentiment, but I get that this is just a hand job to the conservatives. That's not what we need to do.
Everything he's saying is that.
Yeah, like defunding the IRS.
yeah, sure. Like that's gonna happen. Auditing the IRS. All right, Thomas Massey, I like you, but we'll see if that actually happens.
Please
like,
do.
Yeah, sure. Audit the Fed. I'd love that.
Audit the auditors.
Get rid of income tax. I think it should be expunged. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, get rid of it. Yeah.
Well, I said this as a joke on Drinker's Stream. I was like, I don't know why they bothered taxing us anymore. They just print whatever money they need anyway.
Good point.
You might as well just abolish income tax and just print, because that's what you're gonna do. You don't pull enough in income tax for the spending, so it's all just pretend money. Why are we doing this? Just defund the IRS completely. Stop worrying about income taxes. Stop wasting billions and billions of American dollars. Although all the accountants right now, their balls are like crawling up into their anus. Like, please don't. Please.
Well, I think it's them wanting to keep the average American average, without income tax, without death tax, without all these fucking stupid taxes that they put on everything. People would be able to thrive a lot better than the American public. And I truly believe that these elites don't want competition. They don't want competent civilians. They want sheep. They want stupid people that are not smart enough to realize that the system is rigged against them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know. All of this shit's tied together. It's all about power and control. And of course, the biggest way to enact power and control over people is to break down institutions that are resistant to it. The family's a big one. Family,
Absolutely.
church.
There it is.
You families and churches, and then groups like, I mean, they big. There's some shit involved with it, but Boy Scouts and similar groups, just anything that people get to rely on that has some greater meaning to them than being a government wage slave. Like all of that stuff is an existential threat to the government, to government control. And so they have to attack every one of these things at any point that they get. And they've been doing really well at attacking those things.
Oh yeah.
So it's it's fucking bullshit. But
so what do you think about the Biden family following through with losing all the most important things that they have in their possession, just leaving them in random places.
They're all good at it, right?
They're so good at it,
I
man.
was like, man, where did I
A
leave
diary
those
here,
papers?
a laptop here. Biden's left top secret papers in 3 different locations that we know of as of now.
I just want to know where Hunter leaves all of his extra coke. Like, because like if he's leaving a laptop with pictures full of everything all over, in a repair, there's like a bunch of just bags of coke laying all over the United States.
No.
Hunter would never leave a bag of coke. It's
the one
joke.
thing that Hunter doesn't lose is his coke. All right, that's the one thing he doesn't lose. He'll crawl around the for fucking ever looking for that shit. I mean, he smoked Parmesan cheese off the ground, so. I think the one thing he's aware of is where his drugs are.
And he smoked Parmesan cheese?
He literally did, yeah. He said it in an interview. He said, I was so addicted to crack that one time I crawled around the floor and I found a piece of Parmesan cheese and I smoked it in a crack pipe.
It's not quite as bad as Gary Busey's story. Did you ever hear his?
No, what did Gary Busey do?
He was so addicted to cocaine, he spilled cocaine on his dog. Like by accident,
accidentally, right?
Like a little poodle thing, and he went over the dog with the straw, just trying to get all the coke out of the dog fur. Can you imagine what he inhaled? Oh,
I don't know. Do you chat? What do you think? I can't actually see chat anywhere. I don't have chat up, but I'm curious. Chat, which is worse, smoking Parmesan cheese, thinking it's crack out of a crack pipe, or spilling your cocaine? I guess it was like pre-ground up onto the dog and then like trying to sniff it off the dog. Are you making a poll? Tell me you're making a poll.
No,
right
no.
Go ahead, make a poll.
Let's do it.
Yeah, make the poll. Which is worse?
So start a poll.
Parmesan
Which
crack.
Is worse?
Parmesan crack
Parmesan.
or poodle cane.
Pipe Parmesan or snorting the poodle coke.
Which one's worse? That's a tough question. I don't know, man.
All right, here we go. Snorting the poodle coke or Parmesan crack pipe Parmesan. Which one is worse? I don't know, man. That's
I mean, cocaine's expensive, right? I mean, crack is like the cheap version of cocaine. I don't even actually know what crack is.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's something made from cocaine, and I think they add a bunch of shit, and it's like and
so they like cook it with a bunch of other crappy stuff. And
shockingly, I haven't done crack, so I don't really know anything about its pricing or use.
I noticed you didn't talk about the other object.
Well, I've said it on stream. I've tried it. I don't like it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Other people are big fans of it, and I don't get that at all. It's like,
yeah, I had a roommate once who stopped paying rent. It became a problem
because of coke,
and
or because of crack.
Yeah, no, because of coke. We had to like, I straight up had an intervention. It's the only intervention I had ever had for anyone in my life, and it didn't work.
How much? God, they got to be doing a lot of coke.
Oh man, it was bad. Yeah, it was bad. And then he was like, to the point where he was friends with the dealer also. So then he was like, "Oh well, let me sell some for you to like make up for it."
That's how they get you.
I think you know how that went.
he sold it right to himself.
To his nose.
Yeah. No, I'm not sure about any of that. That's a lot. That's a lot of.
Yeah, it was bad.
No, I know there's a bunch of people who like really like coke or whatever. Since I have narcolepsy, I have Provigil, and the time that I tried it, which like I've not done
sleeping medicine, sleeping pills.
Provigil keeps you awake.
Oh,
like
okay.
really.
Oh, narcolepsy. Awake. So you fall asleep randomly.
Yeah, I fall asleep really easily.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I get this medicine called Provigil or modafinil, which to me,
I've heard of the second one.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just Provigil's the name brand. To me, The time that I tried Coke, which again, I'm not done extensive research on the product. I just didn't like it was like, this is not for me ever again. Provigil is like gives you that feeling, but for like a really long time. Like you're turned up. And I don't even do Provigil very often, only if I have to like drive a really long distance. Because otherwise, I mostly, if I'm tired, I just take a nap nowadays. I don't have to work the 9 to 5. And that's when I was having real issues with it. When narcolepsy became disruptive was when I was at work and tired. So it's like, that's when I needed medication. Nowadays, I only really need medication to keep people safe on the road if I'm doing a long drive. Other than that, I just don't take it.
What causes narcolepsy? What's the cause of that?
It's probably genetic for me. My mom is not diagnosed, although she goes to sleep really easily. But her two siblings, I think both have narcolepsy, and both of her parents had narcolepsy. So
my brother-in-law has narcolepsy also.
Yeah, it's weird. But for me, it's mostly advantageous because it just means, well, when I'm tired, I lay down and I go to sleep like right away.
That would be
within a
nice.
minute.
I can't fall asleep that fast.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But there are times like for me, it gets activated by stress. So if I'm really stressed out, like that's when I'll actually have trouble being awake during the day and shit. But that doesn't happen too often. So it's not that big of a deal most of the time.
Oh, good. I hope your life isn't stressful enough to trigger that.
It's rare. But it does happen. Sometimes kids can be something.
I'm sure I'll find that out eventually.
I hope so. When are you gonna have a bunch of babies?
When's
your vagina gonna open up and start dropping kids out of it?
Probably this year.
You think so? That'll be awesome.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the time, you know.
I'm gonna come.
Are you gonna, or I already did? No, don't answer that. Hayden 75 says, I'm just saying when they aren't able to abolish the IRS, they need to try to move to end all federal withholding. Make people write a check every year instead of getting a refund. May end up having a similar effect. Maybe. I mean, you're still going to have to pay taxes, though. But, I see what you're saying, though, is it would manifest the political will for people to abolish the IRS. But a lot of people are happy to write that check. That's the weird thing. There's strange people out there who are like, I want to do my duty to pay my taxes. Every one of them needs an axe.
I really like the conversation about term limits, and then not just term limits, but every time like there's a new set of governors or senators or whatever, a whole like an audit on whoever's behind the scenes, all the help, all the non-elected bureaucratic crap in the background, just to like make sure that they're still up to snuff and like not being bought and owned by big pharma, big oil, big weapon. I don't know, whatever.
I'm a fan of the idea that once someone leaves office, they have to be executed.
You can't go to Pfizer.
No, they just have to be executed.
You're done.
They can do life in prison in a work camp.
Okay.
Or be executed. Those are the two options.
Or how about this? How about this? After their term is over, the people vote whether you earned it to like
whether you get to live,
whether you get to live or not. It's like you got to earn it. So like the people, you better do what the people want, man, or you're screwed. and they get to choose guillotine, stoning.
Yeah, that's
people's
good.
Choice, man.
Well, it's like that. Did you ever watch Monty Python's Meaning of Life?
A long time ago.
Okay, do you ever remember the one guy who's running from a bunch of naked women? Like
barely. No, not really.
Okay, so there's this guy, and like the skit starts out, and he's just booking it, right? And then the next thing, like there's just this horde of topless hot women chasing him, and he eventually just, and it does the voiceover, and it's like, this man is about to die. He has been sentenced to death and has gotten to choose the manner of his execution.
This man is about to die. He gets to choose the manner of his execution.
Exactly.
They call that voice the narrator. It's kind of fitting. It's kind of fitting.
And so yeah, he runs and then he eventually falls off a cliff and lands in his grave where everybody's like waiting to do the funeral around him. But yeah,
Nice.
that's what we need to do for politicians. Like, choose your exit.
We'll call it the Player's Choice Awards. You know,
We'll do
Player's Choice Awards.
urethral sounding with a cactus. That's how you can
God.
go.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Let's see. James Gartner says abort the Fed and get Masterson on to talk about backed by. Yes, he's on the list. Next week, hopefully, we'll get. I'm trying to make sure I have time, but I want to go on the Dick Show on Sunday. I think he's recording on Sunday or Saturday, whichever one, and talk with him on his show, and then I'm going to hopefully have him on mine next week to talk about backed up by. Have you heard of it? Have you heard of backed by?
No.
It's a new thing. Backed.by.
No, what is it?
So Dick Masterson created basically a Patreon alternative that runs entirely on crypto.
Oh, cool.
No bank involved, no payment processor, no one to fuck with it. It's your, your
I'm going there right now. So I'm gonna sign up.
Yeah.
Backed.by, like ED, backed ED.by.
Yeah, backed.by.
BY, okay.
So I'm gonna have him on hopefully next week to talk about it. It's really cool. He built a Patreon alternative a long time ago, and the Kiwi Farms was on there, as were some other controversial content creators, and whatchamacallit,
Cool.
The fucking, what was it? MasterCard put him on the match list. Just said, oh, you can't have a business payment processor. Fuck you.
Wow.
He said, why? Well, because
monopoly. Because monopolies.
Yeah, because we can. Because we don't like the people that you host.
We don't like competition.
So it got effectively just completely shut down. It was fucking bullshit. And then so now he's built one that runs, it runs on crypto. And there is no payment processor. There is no person to fuck you up and shut it down.
That's sick, dude. It looks great. The website's cool. Check it out. You need it says download app. So you got to download the app, or it just
I don't know.
the app?
I don't know how it works. I just know that he made it, and it just launched like 2 days ago or something like that.
I'm gonna look into this. That's cool. I like that idea.
Yeah, Redrick Lasser says, "Hey Nick, did you see the story about the 6-year-old who brought a gun to school and shot their teacher?" Nope.
What?
What the hell is this? 6-year-old gun school teacher. I could type, that would be better. Oh shit. Okay. 6-year-old unlikely to be charged in teacher shooting, but parents could be. Experts say.
Yeah, how does a 6-year-old get a gun?
Well, it's probably the hood.
They have their ways. Well, that was racist.
What? Whoa. I think you, sir, might be the racist one.
It's true. Sure, you didn't.
Because I said it was probably the hood. You assumed that had a racial connotation to it.
Yeah, racist against hoodlums. I tried to save it. just go to the article, please.
The criminal investigation. Let's leave this out here for a little bit. The criminal investigation is likely to focus on whether the boy's parents properly secured the weapon used in Friday's shooting at Rich Neck Elementary School in Virginia. 6-year-old
it's in the Rich Neck of the woods. Okay, never mind.
The 6-year-old boy, that is like the fucking poorest place on earth. Like, we're gonna call it Rich Neck. The 6-year-old boy accused of shooting his Virginia teacher Friday with a gun he took from his home is unlikely to be charged. It's a charge of the 6-year-old. What are you gonna do? Try him as an adult? But his parents could be criminally culpable depending on if they properly secured the weapon. Student's mother legally purchased the gun used in the shooting, according to Newport News Police, but officials haven't specified how the boy got a hold of it or if it was safely secured. Virginia, unlike Massachusetts and Oregon, doesn't have a law that specifies how to secure guns in a home, said Allison Anderman, senior counsel and director of a local policy at Giffords Law Center to prevent gun violence. Fuck you, by the way. I hate all these. All these centers to prevent gun violence can can all get non-violently removed from society. They're all garbage. They all hate the Second Amendment. They all hate freedom, and they all just fucking lie constantly. It does have a misdemeanor law meant to protect children 14 and younger from access to firearms, Anderman said. Oh, man, if they got charged with a misdemeanor, that'd be terrible. The boy, who hasn't been publicly identified because of his age, shot first-grade teacher Abigail Zwerner while she taught a classroom of about 20 students at Rich Neck Elementary School, authorities have said. Zwerner, who was injured when the bullet went through her hand and into her upper chest, survived and has been hailed as a hero. She managed to safely escort students out of the classroom after she was wounded. It's the little props deserved for that, I think. That's okay. I don't know that she's a hero.
They should have led with the latter half of that paragraph instead of she was injured and she's a hero for it. And it was like, okay, well, but then she managed to escort the. Okay, like, all right, I get it now.
Yeah, that is
the laugh was pre escorting students out. All right,
I wasn't shitting on you for the laugh. I was just like, it's like she get a little bit of props for the escorting students, but the way they worded that, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, real fucking hero.
Like, wow, cool.
Blam! Ah, good job.
Good job. You're now a victim.
Let's see. The boy shot Zwerner with a 9mm Taurus firearm he obtained from his home, Drew said. Again, and this is why 9mm, it just went through a hand. There's not enough stopping power in this gun. Determining how or if the gun was secured inside the home will be a key element for investigators. He told CNN on Tuesday that the mother could face charges under Virginia law, but added that there are many angles the investigation needs to cover. When all the facts are gathered, any charging decision will be made in consultation with the Commonwealth Attorney's Office, Drew said Monday. I would not want my life in the hands of these fucking people. The Commonwealth of Virginia's Attorney Office. No.
Yeah, yikes.
During Monday's news conference, Drew mentioned only the boy's mother. He didn't mention any potential charges against the child. What about the boy's dad?
Guaranteed he's not in the home. Just saying.
What? Come on. What was the kid's name? Oh, they haven't said.
That dude's dad is long gone. He went out to buy cigarettes like 7 years ago.
Now who's racist?
What? What does that have to do with race at all?
Oh, the answer was me.
Holds up the mirror.
Was me.
Holds up the mirror. wait. Scroll back up though. Scroll back up. Keep going. All right. A little bit more. Right there. He has not been publicly identified because of his age. All right. Let's rank the accuracy of that statement. What do you think? What do you think? While we're on the subject, I mean, let's be real. All right. Look at San Francisco, man. Hey, we have a disproportionate amount of black and brown people being arrested. We're no longer going to release black and brown people's mugshots. Like, wait, what?
Now, to be fair, they usually don't release the names of children unless they're being charged as adults.
I'm just playing.
But also, his name has 3 apostrophes in it, I'm guessing. And it ends with AAYYY.
Wow.
Drew, what?
I didn't say anything. Nothing.
Lies. I heard the wow. Drew reiterated Monday that he thought the boy intentionally shot his teacher and said there was more than one round in the gun. This shooting was not accidental. It was intentional, he said. The child was under a court-ordered temporary detention and being treated at a medical facility. He has 96 hours to appear in front of a judge who will determine whether he will continue treatment, what the next steps in the case are. Drew police and the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office could not be reached for comment. Tuesday's comment. Authorities with the juvenile court declined to answer whether the child's case was being overseen by the court. NBC News legal analyst Danny Cavellos says it's highly unlikely the boy will be charged, even in juvenile court. While theoretically they could charge him with a crime, they'd have to prove that a 6-year-old was capable of forming the intent for attempted murder.
Wow.
I mean, no, they don't. They could charge him with assault, with a battery, with a deadly weapon. They don't have to prove the attempted murder unless they go for the attempted murder charge. Like,
right.
Oh my gosh, our poll is dead even, by the way.
Is it really?
It's
I
dead
forgot about
even.
The poll.
1,129 votes, 50-50. Although
Holy shit.
On the bar itself, it looks like crack pipe Parmesan is slightly edging out snorting the poodle coke.
That's why yep, that's my vote.
Yeah.
My vote counts for like 100 votes, right? Because I am
Come-
fortifying it.
You're fortifying it. We got to wait till 3 a.m. for that.
Well, if
he
we
added,
split the difference, it's basically 3 a.m.
It's true.
Literally, exactly 3 a.m. Right? Because it's 11. Wait, no, it's midnight your time. 7 my
Yeah,
time.
it just hit midnight.
3:30.
Midnight here.
Oh well, whatever. 3:30. You know, close enough.
Damn it, cocaine.
Cocaine. That's good.
Cocaine was good.
Damn, I didn't think of that. That's good.
Okay, here, let's finish up this story.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, the boy is also unlikely to be charged because he's not competent to stand trial because he can't assist his attorney and doesn't understand what's going on. That's a better one, although you can still be charged when you're not competent. They just have to sometimes appoint a guardian. But
would he go to prison though? I mean, like what?
No, I mean he might go to
murder.
some juvenile. No, I'm not suggesting that there's anything really beneficial in criminally charging a 6-year-old. I think, maybe some mental health commitment or something like that could be useful if there's some sort of mental health issue. But
I mean, a 6-year-old that is mentally damaged enough to like take a firearm and shoot a teacher, I blame the mother. I mean, I noticed they didn't mention the father ever.
I don't know.
They only mentioned the mother, and it's like that's her fault. That's her fault.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's at fault. The thing I'm curious about is that criminal liability? I don't know. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. That's a gray area. Like it's her fault for raising that kid like that, but is it her fault for that kid taking her gun and shooting a teacher?
Right.
Yeah. It's tough.
Is that a criminal thing? In civil, like the teacher should definitely sue the mom and win.
Yeah.
Like that. Even if the gun was properly stored, I think there's probably liability there. Just negligence. Like how did your 6-year-old get out of the house with the gun?
Right.
Like even if the 6-year-old craftily stole the gun from mom, like how your kid bringing that to school without like it's a 6-year-old. It's not like it's a 16-year-old that gets in their own car and drives off or whatever,
right.
Or just says, "Fuck off, mom. I'm going to catch the city bus." Like this is a tiny child that needs a lot of assistance just to make it to the school in the first place, I would think.
I thought that SpongeBob backpack was hanging a little low that day.
He just has it stuffed in his pants. Child's parents could be charged with reckless endangerment or child neglect. In recent years, several adults have been charged in Virginia after a child was fired an unsecured gun. In February, a mother was charged with child neglect after a 10-year-old was found alone in a Virginia Beach hotel room with a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the leg, police said. Child was expected to recover. Wait, was? Is?
Well,
did the child recover?
Yeah.
In February
that's
a year ago. Like, all right.
I guess they don't know anything about it. They don't know if they recovered or not. So it's like the child was expected to recover. So like, I guess that's the right way to put it.
Yeah. Also in February, a Newport News police officer was charged with misdemeanor allowing access to firearms by a minor about 4 months after a toddler accidentally shot and killed himself with his father's handgun. Jesus.
Oh, that's horrible.
That sucks. In October 2013, the Virginian Pilot reported the parents of an elementary school student in Norfolk were charged with child neglect after their son brought a handgun to school. Child showed the teacher an empty handgun magazine, was taken to the principal's office. The gun, but no ammunition was found in the child's book bag, the newspaper reported. So that's the answer. So 2 in February, and then the last one they had to go to was in 2013. We can see this is a prominent and prevalent problem in our society. It's happening literally constantly.
Right.
And the state of Virginia just can't stop these kids from shooting teachers once every 7 years on average.
We should just ban guns everywhere.
That's why I don't like
ban them everywhere.
That's why I don't like the Giffords Law Group for Gun Violence Prevention or whatever, because that's what they're there for. That's why they care about this story. And the real story is like about parenting. It's about what's going on with
fatherless
this kid.
homes. I'm telling you, that father's gone. You see what's going on in Illinois
with the assault weapon ban?
Yeah, and all the sheriffs are like, hell
yeah,
no.
sheriffs are like, fuck off. We're not doing this.
Like, no, we swore an oath to the Constitution. Fucking base ass sheriffs there, dude.
Yeah, I was talking about this the other day because I was watching some news story about it, and they brought on some University of Chicago School of Law, like dumbass professor, and he's like,
Chicago Blues.
Under
the
this,
Democrats, not the cops.
Under this, these sheriffs are putting their reading of the Constitution over that of the state assembly's decision. I'm like, yeah.
Yes.
You nailed it.
That's the point.
We want
Why aren't you?
We want that in this way. We want that on non-enforcement issues. That's the trick. On enforcement issues, it doesn't make any sense because if they try to be overzealous on enforcement, they'll end up eventually having to deal with the court starting to slap things down, and it jeopardizes other cases. And that is kind of a correcting problem in that way to some extent. Obviously, law enforcement still oversteps the Constitution. But on the non-enforcement side, that's just then a political issue. Like if you really want them to crack down on guns following the state assembly, then you have to elect a new sheriff. That'll do it. And someone can run on that. And we'll see how well they do in all these counties.
It's 3 counties. That's it. It's only 3 counties in all of Illinois that are enforcing this ban. And that's like,
and they're the middle of Chicago. Yeah.
It's like Cook County, which is like all the north suburbs, which is like the majority of the suburbs, and then like downtown, and then like Champaign or something. It's one blue area in the middle of the state. Everything else at the sheriffs are like, hell no, like definitely not. That's unconstitutional. Shall not be infringed.
It's amazing.
I don't know how they don't understand that.
Yeah, because it's so unambiguous. It just is not. There's no question there.
Right. Love it. I love it.
Hayden 75 with a big super chat. Thank you, Hayden. He says, I mean, end quarter.
What's the big super chat? I don't even you not announcing it or.
I'm about to read it. You're just clapping.
How much was it for?
$100. $100 bucks. Yeah, it's great.
Deserve the clap. All right, good.
Yeah, no. Why are you trying to give my fans the clap?
I'm clapping for your fans, for you, dog. Like,
you said they deserved the clap.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying. He says, okay, so he says, I mean,
some of them probably do. I'm just saying. Just saying.
He says, I mean, end quarterly tax payments, end all of it. Make people budget to pay it when tax day cometh. That way they have to face the full amount every year. I think most people don't pay attention to withholdings. They just get refunds. They're excited about tax day. Oh, yeah.
It's a good point.
Yeah. If you're in
trick that they use.
If you're in that bottom 50% or whatever, where all of you effectively all of your money comes back to you, tax day, man, tax day used to be great for me. I loved it. There was a time when I had several kids and didn't make much money, and I like tax day. I'd get like $5,000 in money just given to me, and not all of it was taken. That was the other thing, because
it wasn't given to you. It was given back to you.
No, that's what I'm saying is because I had kids, I had earned income credit, which meant I got extra money back.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was some cool shit. Like, okay. Because I had, since
some people like that feeling a little too much and use and abuse that system now.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Cause so like, cause you know, once you get up to like 3 kids or whatever, and you have a spouse, then you don't ever take any, like you take the minimum amount of withholding from anything anyway.
Oh,
and then with earned income credit, like you've barely paid in, and then you just get extra money back. It's a nutty system, but you know, that only works up to a certain amount of money. And then it starts to like crescendo down or decrescendo, and then it goes away. But there's like a sweet spot that it used to be in like the mid 30,000 range, where if you made like $34,000 and you had 3 or 4 kids or whatever, you were getting a shitload of money back compared to what you made anyway. You're getting a shitload of money. But yeah, then if you earned like $50,000, you weren't getting anything. It's crazy. But yeah, they need to get rid of the tax system, mainly because there's a majority of the country that really doesn't pay much of anything at all. And that isn't how taxation should be, because then the majority can just vote for that tax policy forever. They don't pay for it. Somebody else does. And that's
or they
insane.
move their money offshore and become a citizen elsewhere and pay the taxes there and then file for exemption because they're actually living abroad, but they still reside in America. There's a lot of people that I've been looking into tax law and I fucking hate it. But
it's a mess.
I have to because of where I'm at now. So like, you know, I'm figuring all that out and it's like,
yeah, hire someone good to do it. Honestly.
Yeah, I know.
Because you don't want
That's
to.
my plan.
You don't want to fuck
No,
around with
I
it
know.
at all.
Yeah, I know exactly. I don't want to fuck up. So, but
And
I got to bounce, dude.
Yeah,
it's
man.
getting late for me. It's what time is it? Jeez, 7:10. Bro, I love hanging out with you, man.
Of course.
Good to see you. Thanks for your advice earlier. Your non-legal advice.
Definitely not.
it was not legal advice, but it always is good advice anyway. So,
all right, brother. Guys, check out the Crigler show on YouTube
on Rumble.
and Rumble.
On Rumble. Check it out on Rumble. Fuck YouTube.
Check out his
Are you
locals.
still on? You're still on YouTube? Yeah. Fuck.
Oh
YouTube.
yeah, but
I don't
fuck
care.
YouTube.
Yeah. Fuck YouTube. I can't stand YouTube. Rumble's the shit. Follow Rumble. Rumble's blowing up. It's gonna be great. So let's see. What should I send myself out with? What's this one?
I don't remember what this one is. What does this one sound like?
It's kind of weird, robot-y.
Oh, this is the AI voice, I think.
It's the AI voice? Your Chat
is the
GPT?
AI. Yes. This is Chat GPT. Do I sound like I don't know what that was.
I got the Hawking, black holes, and gravity. Talking about multiple dimensions.
Anyway, I'm having fun with this shit. It's a lot of fun. Dude, you got to get some voice.
You could never give me the Stephen Hawking voice thing. I would. Oh,
it's so
man.
Fun, dude. There's so many, man. There's so many. It's so much fun. You got to do it.
I love it. I love it.
I'll show you how to do it. I mean, you just go into your Stream Deck and you just go to voice mod. It's just on the right.
Yeah, I just haven't even opened it
and you just drag it over and like pick whatever voice mod you want. It's free. There's like 6 free voices that rotate every day. So you don't get the same ones, but it's like $30. There's a subscription thing, but it's $30 for like forever one-time payment. And I was like,
okay.
fuck it, just pay $30 and now I have all these different sounds. It's awesome. So, and you can add your own sounds to the program so that when the mic goes through your Stream Deck, you could still add sounds. That's how I got like the Trump sounds and like,
yeah. Well, I'm definitely gonna look into
the Dark Souls death. Oh, memories. Memories. All right, dog. Chat.
All right.
Cheers.
Sweet dreams
Nick.
of Naughty Princess or Naughty Fairy or whatever.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
Oh, you don't? I was hoping to ruin his night right at the end. Right at the end, that's what I was hoping for, but he is apparently unaware of Naughty Fairy. So okay. AV to the 7th power says for the SpongeBob backpack. Oh no. No. Oh my gosh. Does the UN have the authority to move into Illinois and disarm U.S. citizens since the local authorities refuse to do it? What about the National Guard? No, the UN definitely does not have authority to deploy on U.S. soil. There's posse comitatus. You're not allowed to deploy the United States military on U.S. soil except in times of invasion. As for if the National Guard could do it, you would need the justification of some sort of national emergency or insurrection. I don't think sheriff non-enforcement of a state gun law qualifies. So you got problems with that shit. You can't just deploy military forces into the United States. That'd be a mess. And if the UN deploys on U.S. soil, I mean, personally, I think U.S. citizens should keep that or should treat that as an act of war. Honestly, I don't know how they would get that authorization to do it. I don't know like where that would come from, but I think that is not where we need to be on this. Okay, we got a couple of chats to go through over here on locals. locals chats, and then we'll read the rest of the YouTube chats, and then we'll move over to Rumble in just a minute here. What the fuck is this? Oh, this is an old window. Go away. Okay, we've got Julian Delfici says Ricada Law for the amendment talk, but maybe it's better on Rumble. Oh, like the picture, the first and the second. Oh, yeah. Well, I'll pull that up on Rumble. That's a good one. I like it. Let's see. Corny Buttknuckle says Crigler convinced Rackets to bring some bitch I know on for a stream. Who's some bitch I know? Who's this? I've never heard of that person. Do you guys know who some bitch I know is? Okay. You will do this thing? Okay. Who the hell is that? Who's some bitch I know? You know, there's a lot you don't know in the world. And what some people don't know is how to protect their IRA or 401k with physical assets like gold and silver. And that is what birchgold.com is here to help you with. The Birch Gold Group, birchgold.com/knows. They will help you get information that you may not otherwise possess on how to protect the investment you've worked so hard to build with physical gold and silver. It is held for you, but there is physical gold and silver attached. And that is then counted towards your qualified account. And it is used as a hedge against market volatility and inflation. You don't, you never know what the market's going to do. And gold and silver tend to be a little bit more stable than stocks, exchange traded funds, mutual funds, things like that. And so this is where you take a portion of your hard-earned savings and you put it into something that'll be resistant to downturns in the economy. That's the whole purpose of it. We've seen a big downturn over the past year in the investment economy, the traditional investment economy, and that's wiped out a ton of wealth. And it'll take years to build it back up. If some of that wealth would have been put into gold and silver, it's possible that it would not have dropped quite as far. You can never know what the past would have been or what the future will be, but you can make an informed decision about that financial future by going to birchgold.com/knows. Big sponsors of the show. Look, they have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and have had it forever. They have thousands of 5-star reviews on various social media sites. And really, the most important thing is they believe in free speech. They don't hate me. They don't hate you. They don't hate your opinions. They just don't care about them at all. What they're there to do is to help you figure out if gold and silver are right for your IRA or 401k. They don't need woke shit. They don't need to tell you how to think, who you need to vote for, anything like that. They're just like, hey, consider gold or silver. Buy it if it works for you. And they'll help you do it. birchgold.com/knows. Thank you for sponsoring the show, as always. And let's hit the rest of the YouTube super chats, and then we'll move on over to Rumble. Coney Upstate says, since Crigler was on the grassy knoll when JFK was shot, I don't think he should be allowed on YouTube. It's true. It's true. Let's see. Chris Clement says, Corporal Klinger from Marsh is now a Disney princess. Or from MASH. Corporal Klinger from MASH is now a Disney princess. Okay. TechnoGeek CD-ROM 1019 says, how often do you check your P.O. box asking for a friend? Every couple days, usually. Your cam needs a nose profile close-up during the gold shekel peddling grift spot. Jim Satala says, I'm eventually going to cancel my YouTube membership because locals is way better. But for now, I'll continue to be lazy and forget to hit that button. Hey, thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. Master Lion says, hi, Nick and family. Hi, everyone in chat. Thank you, Master Lions. Bad Dragonite says, Crigglebottom, please tell me that you use that voice filter to freak kids out in the Sea of Thieves proximity chat. Great Shield says, enjoyed seeing you on Open Bar. Would you ever consider having Mahler on a show to chat? He does owe you for the She-Hulk suffering. Yeah, absolutely. Love to have Mahler on for a chat anytime. The only thing I ever want to do is I want to make sure I have some topic to bring someone on for, because I just don't want to waste their time. I want to have, want to talk to them about a thing. But yeah, love talking to Mahler. Chris Clement says, Nick is 2020's happy, hairy, hard on. Talk hard, Nick. Okay. I don't know what that means. Fates says, Adam-based AF. That's true. I like him. EF says, I love how the first thing they went for was abolish the IRS, something that would probably change our entire economic system. They went straight to 100 immediately. It's going to be a wild 2 years. Hopefully it's a wild 2 years and not a wild 20 minutes. That's the trick. That's the trick. Bad Dragonite says, currently copyright claiming all of both of your streams shows that have my super chat intellectual properties. Take that, boomers. Kayla says, holy crap, can't believe I'm still here. My longest YouTube membership. Thanks for sticking around on YouTube, even though they suck. Well, I'm not going anywhere from, again, I prefer Rumble. I have a contract with Rumble, and it's wonderful. But part of that is to, utilize YouTube as much as possible. And so you will be able to find me here for quite some time still. Chris Clement says, because the Coke could hurt the dog, it is worse. Oh, let me end that poll. Crack Pipe Parmesan did edge ahead to 52%. So good job on that one. JB Flat, January 6th lol suit incoming. Oh, they did? The feds got Polyfrog, really? What happened to the Rittenhouse interview? Just waiting for him to confirm the day. We were going to originally do it in the first week of January, but my first week of January was only 3 days. And so things didn't work out as easily and smoothly there. So as soon as we lock down a day, you guys will know. All right. Chris Clement says 74 likes, 746 votes. What the fuck? People hit that button. Yeah, if you like the show, go ahead and hit the like button on YouTube. But more importantly, hit the like button over on Rumble, that little thumbs up. It's no longer a plussy. Random user says, what the fuck? You used to be cool. Now you're defending POS Adam. I mean, I've had Adam on the show like 10 times. What am I doing? He was falsely copyright struck. What am I missing? Random user. Tell me what I'm missing. I don't understand what has happened. I don't need the voice change for the narrator voice. I can just do it myself. Why would you use a voice change box when you could just narrate on your own? Let's see. EF says Nick on the D. Congiant says politicians should be forced into monk-like austerity, unable to own any material thing and shut away in a monastery after their times are up. Yes, get rid of it. Get rid of all of them. Congiant says monastery damned autocorrect. Oh, we got you, brother. Eric Hilarity. Gov POS should be immediately relieved of duty for defying his oath. Professor Chaos says uncivil law doesn't seem to think shall not infringe means shall not, like somehow it's not clear to him, though he does support Second Amendment, to be fair. Well, okay. So there's two ways to read the Constitution. There's the plain language way, which is Constitution says shall not be infringed. I take that to mean shall not be infringed. That's the way I do it. And then there's the other way, which is what the court has done, which has said shall not be infringed means shall not be infringed unless we have a good reason to do so and pass the test of doing that. I don't think that's appropriate, but I don't know if Kurt thinks that's appropriate or if he's just explaining that that's the way it is, but that is the way it is. So unfortunate, but true. Amazing Wireless 2. What's up? Thank you. Says happy MLK Day. Oh man. Thank you. Happy MLK Day to you. He needs some milk. Poofy says, gotta get some Big-No. Gotta get some Big-No on Rumble as Big Dig Energy. Who the fuck is some Big-No? Oh, is that Some Bitch I Know? Some Bitch. Okay, Some Bitch I Know. Okay, we'll check them out. I have no idea. And then Sofa King Jewish gifted 10 memberships out. Well, thank you for doing that. Thank you. Okay, that is the show here on YouTube. We're gonna finish the show over on Rumble. We got at least another hour, and in the second half, we're gonna be talking about what Minnesota teachers are being forced to accept and promote to get and maintain their teaching licenses. So, super fun topic. It'll be a little bit spicy, I guess. And then maybe we can talk about something else. We'll see. But check it out over on Rumble. Matrix says, I'm just annoyed at everything tonight. My husband lost his dad, have an injury from a fall. Thank you for having Flawdzilla on. He's amazing. And so is Molly. My son gave me the name of an attorney. He watches you. Love. Oh, very cool. Thank you. Thank you. Also, yeah, and we're going to have Flawed on again sometime soon for just a me and him show rather than a panel. But he was available for the panel last Friday, and I thought I don't think it was the past Friday. I think it was the one before. Anyway, the last Friday show I did, he was available for the panel, and I've been wanting to have him on, so we did that. But I want to have him on for an individual show. Bad Dragon Knight says your narrator voice is Heisenberg. Oh yeah, from Breaking Bad. Yeah, that's okay. I prefer Dan Carlin though, because when you get into it, it gets messy. And sometimes you got to get messy. You got to get into the mud a little bit. And that's when we find out what we're really made of. Chris Clement says, Happy Harry Hardon from Pump Up the Volume 90s movie. Oh, okay. I don't know if I've seen Pump Up the Volume 90s movie. The movie Pump Up the Volume. I'm trying to think. But I want to watch it now because I love the 90s and that sounds ridiculous. Is it ever appropriate to change the Constitution without convention, especially through colloquial interpretation? No. I mean, through the amendment process. That doesn't have to be through a convention. But the constitutional amendment process exists in two methods, the Constitutional Convention and just the proposal of the amendment and the ratification by states. That's the only way it should be changed ever, period. So, okay. All right. That's it. We're saying goodbye to YouTube. We'll see you guys over on Rumble. Or not. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow for the panel show. Jokes, levity, fun times. Catch you then. Peace. Peace.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen,